Hi, good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I've had a few days of that brick wall effect where I go along being okay and then suddenly it's like I hit a brick wall. That part of autoimmune disease is frustrating. A person could be going along doing good, able to get a few house chores done, maybe the next day go downtown with someone, and then boom, several days of ick, fatigue, brain fog. I made myself get up and cook the eggs. I really had to push myself to do it too because I have so much fatigue right now. And the instinct is to just lay down and do nothing. But not eating is going to make that worse. And I think something that's really misunderstood is why it happens. Like sometimes people will say to me, "Oh, Vicki, did you overdo it again?" And I want to say, no. Going shopping with a friend, even being cautious of how long I'm on my feet, that's not overdoing it. There's times when I can just be at home. Maybe I do a load of dishes and a load of laundry, and maybe the next day can't do much of anything. I didn't necessarily overdo it by doing laundry. I think there's this misunderstanding that people have, I think, that we're causing ourselves to be overexhausted. And that's just not the case. We're just living. We just have to be cautious, of course, yes, and try not to plan too much into a particular day or even in 1 week. But the idea that because we were active one day, we've brought fatigue upon ourselves, that's just, I think that's pretty bogus. Because A, we can have fatigue no matter what, and B, we still need to have a life. And if having a life, being active socially or physically means that I need to not do much the next day, or ask my spouse to cook me some eggs, well, so be it. Because, the thing I feel bad for a lot of people is they don't have somebody necessarily that they can rely on. Yes, I'm super fatigued. No, I didn't necessarily overdo it any one particular day or another. I think for me, this flare that's happening is more brought on by the season change. That's a big trigger, and the lack of sunshine, and being able to just go spend time being outside. This flare started over 2 weeks ago. It started off with rash on my face. My whole left leg was all rash. For who knows why. I can't really pinpoint what caused my rash. And then I started having migraines, and my tinnitus got worse, and the inside of my ears has become itchy. And so I really think there's this allergy component in there too, with the leaves falling and the wind blowing has kicked up some allergy difficulty. So my sinuses are bothering me. My eyes are drier. They're more stingy. So I'm using my eye drops more. My fatigue, my brain fog is worse. My joints are more achy. Muscles a little more achy. One thing I have not had much of this time, this flare, is the neuropathy, stinging, and needles in the bottom of my feet. Thank goodness, because I know, you guys know what that feels like, and it's terrible. I've had some bad insomnia, sleepless nights, and that's with medication. So looking at that whole big picture, I know I'm in a flare. So what to do about it? I have to eat the right foods, and I have to make myself eat even if I don't feel hungry. I need to make myself hydrate even if I don't, feel like it or recognize that I'm thirsty. My mouth is always dry, so I always feel thirsty, but my gut gets bloated and feels full. And so getting the extra fluid to actually go down, that sometimes is a process. So when my sleep's all disrupted like this, I can usually pinpoint a few things that are contributing to it. Right now, it's the season. It's the lack of light, and it's me being more on my electronics, not eating when I should or the amount that I should. Not to say that I'm causing it, because a lot of it has to do with being in a flare. So I'm going to eat my eggs, sip some coffee. So the first thing is to keep doing all the good things I'm doing that I know are beneficial. Hydrate the best I can, keep on taking my supplements and my medications according to my regular schedule, keep eating. It's hard. A bowl of cereal is not going to cut it for feeding and nourishing my body with this chronic illness, and it's not something that will help me get past a flare. No to low sugar, no gluten, no dairy, to stay away from processed foods as much as I can, making myself get up and move. Now, if I'm already super fatigued, you might wonder, how is making myself get up and move going to help me? Well, I have to move in order to keep moving. And if I don't make myself get up and move, muscle starts to break down, and then I get even weaker. And I need to keep an environment of low stress. So I have to be real cautious, I guess, about what I'm exposing myself to, and not do things or participating in things that are going to promote feeling overwhelmed. So my suggestion for others would be to really know yourself, what helps you, and know what kind of things make it worse. I hope that you're having a really good Monday and that your week is wonderful without flaring symptoms. I know that's not 100% practical, but I still hope that for you. I'm going to go praise my spouse and tell him big thank yous. He's now doing the big heavy work of cleaning up the grill, so I'm grateful to him for that. Have a nice week, y'all.